Lately, I've been walking into my closet and walking out because I have had nothing to wear. Now, before you're like, Aronica, girl, I know that is furthest from the truth. It is not. And that's the reason why I have to be a little bit more disciplined with planning out the things that I plan on making for the week. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and get to planning. If you're new here, hi, my name is Aronica B. Cole, and I'm a plus size maker, pattern drafter, and fun lover. And over here, we talk about plus size sewing, news that you can use, and just kind of whatever comes top of mind, to be completely honest. But today, after like the weekend, I was like, you guys, I have nothing to wear. And I literally meant that. And it's unfortunate that I can say that and actually mean that. And if you're like, how is it that you have come across not being able to have anything to wear? It's because I've lost a significant amount of weight over the past like year and some change. And I've had some body recomposition going on because I've been working out. I actually joined a step bet with the Jen Stearns. If you're like, who is Jen Stearns? Is someone who is in the sewing community, and she does fits, especially like with your pants and things like that. And damn it. Yeah, who keeps their phone on recording while you are, like, who keeps their phone on a volume while you're recording? Anyway, so Jen Stearns is pretty big within the community, and she is someone who does fit things just like how I do, but she's known as kind of like a pant fit specialist versus just like an overall body fit specialist. Let me also include this because, you know, we keep it very real on this channel. I don't want to be like, I'm not a professional, but like, I'm the talent, I do the editing and everything like that. And today I am distracted, but I'm determined to publish a video this week because accountability, as well as I really do enjoy recording these, and I actually enjoy showing up as imperfect as I do, because I do think that we need to see more of that. Like, I understand that some people are just like, I can't stand the sounds that your mouth makes, or your edits aren't perfect, or, you know, I would expect you to not record with a toilet behind you, even though you're at an Airbnb and not your normal recording space. Even though there are complaints that come through, I really do enjoy showing up in my natural state and showing up for the people who are not perfect and still showing up anyway. So I just want to give that little bit of digression beforehand because Bear keeps walking around, rolling on his back, even though you guys can't see it because, of course, of my handy dandy mic. It is a distracting sound for me, and as an ADHDer who gets easily distracted, like, he just walked out, so I'm hoping that we can knock this out without any more interruption. But I digress. So I was in my closet this weekend and I was just like, I am not motivated. And I get it. I'm a chronic rewear. There are things that I rewear often, but then there are things that I wish that I could pull out of my closet that simply do not exist there. And that is really where I would like for my focus to be. For example, like my emotional support cardigan that I absolutely love. It's like this pale pink. I use the Made for Mermaids fake cardigan to make it. I love this cardigan. The only way that you could make it better is if I had remembered to add pockets, which I didn't because I ran out of fabric. But even my emotional support cardi is too big. And I get it, like slouchy cardigans are in, but like it's too big to the point where even like it's just always falling off of my shoulders. And as someone who tends to respond to sensory things, I don't need the additional distraction of it falling off my shoulders when I do not want it to fall off my shoulders. So with that, let's talk about some of the things that we want to go ahead and include. For a reminder, this here is my fall wardrobe inspiration board. And I want to bring that up because we are going to start to put together some things that are on there. I've already chosen the fabric that I plan on using this week. And I feel like because I've taken one of the huge hurdles just kind of out of the way for myself, this will be a lot easier because I use a projector to sew and I use the Sew Tight system. I don't have any kind of barriers when it comes time to me actually cutting the pieces out. The only barrier is, for me anyways, choosing the fabric and making the time. And by making the time, I mean like putting down my phone and stopping the scroll and actually putting those ideas into practice. Sorry, Bear is back in here and is making a lot of noise. So I did go ahead and make a list with my handy dandy iPad because I actually feel like my iPad for me is kind of like Dora's map, judge someone else. And so I did make a list. So I've got the patterns as well as the silhouettes that I'm going to be focusing on. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I do have a pattern that I am putting into testing this week. So of course that is going to be top of the line or top priority when it comes to going ahead and actually prepping this week's makes. So I'm putting a rugby pattern into testing. I'm going to start calling it the Robin Rugby. And so I do have some fabric picked out so that I can go ahead and knock that out. Now I did pick out 2 fabrics. One fabric I'm certain that I'm going to have enough fabric for in order to make a rugby dress or even just the top. But the other one, we're going to just say a little prayer, and we might have to color block and have that be okay. A stretch goal for me this week is going to be a bubble skirt. And it's a stretch goal because it is a pattern that I have not used before, but I love the bubble silhouette. I do feel like I've always been hesitant about the bubble dress silhouette or the bubble skirt silhouette because of my butt. But because I am a maker, I know that I can just add a little bit more extra fabric back there so that my hems are parallel to the ground, as opposed to giving an accidental show, okay? Next up, we've got the Whitlam skirt. I've made that live on here before. Whitlam skirt is hands down one of the easiest skirts to make. And I already have, I think 3 or 4 in my wardrobe. 2 of them are still I have 4 of them. 2 of them are still too big, but they are one of my go-tos when it comes time for me to get dressed. So I do want to go ahead and add in another colorway in there. Right now I've got a marigold yellow. I have a black and white Ankara print. I've got black and white like squares, like the ones that look like racers. Why can't I think of the pattern name? I have no idea. Then I also have I have a Kelly green one. So I've got those 4. So we're going to go ahead and add another one. I also would like to make a pair of straight leg pants with an exposed front zipper in the front. I'm going to be making denim vest, and I'm going to be making a cropped cardigan. So I plan on using the Everly sweater from Made for Mermaids. But I don't just plan on just making from. There are some items that I talked about in my last video as I was planning out my fall wardrobe that I'm going to prioritize this week as well. I've got 2 bias cut dresses. One of them you can kind of see hanging here. It's this hot pink one. And I'm just going to go ahead and make that smaller and fix the strap. Actually, let me grab it so I can show that to you. So this is bias cut dress number 1. I thrifted this and it's super cute, but as we can see here, it needs to be mended, but also it's way too big on me. I will try it on for you now, and then I'll also show you my next dresses that's also going to end up needing to be fixed as well. Okay, so this is how it's fitting. Let me go ahead and lower this camera so you can kind of see. As you can see, like, we have a lot of space that we need to take in. And I do also want to make sure that I am also shortening the straps as well, because y'all, who's trying to give a nipple show? Certainly not I. So as we can see here, we're going to take it in quite a bit because it should be closer to being fitted at the bust before it goes ahead and flares out down here. And I'm probably going to take it in because it's not supposed to be super tight. It is supposed to have some ease here. So we're going to probably end up taking about 4 inches off each side so that it will be properly graded. So that is this dress. Oop. And that is dress number 1 that we're going to go ahead and mend and edit. Dress number 2, and this is the one that I was talking about in my last video that I'd gotten from Target many years ago. Do not come for me, because no, I'm still not shopping at Target either. And so this was a dress, and it's by Nili Lotan. And so it was when they done that design partnership with them. And even when I'd bought it at this point in time, it was already too big, but it was cool to, like, you know, wear with a shirt over it. But as we can see here, it is just way too big. Like, y'all, way too big. So we're going to go ahead and take this one in as well. This one is a little trickier because we do have a little side slit over here that I'm going to have to negotiate and re-navigate as well. This one was the one that I was saying that I think that I might end up making it into a skirt and having it be a skirt as well as kind of like a crop top. I'm still toying with that idea. If I were to crop it, I would do it probably at about this point here. So that way I would still have enough space to do kind of like maybe a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I mean, not seam, but a 1/4 inch hem allowance. And I would actually use my band roll, which I have right here, so that I would be able to go ahead and do a really nice thin hem, which of course we know that working with satin does require. I do think that if that's the way that I go and I just add in elastic at the top of this waistband, I could probably get away with not doing too many edits to the skirt, We're going to marinate on it. We're going to think on it. If you have suggestions for that, definitely drop them in the comments now that you've kind of seen where I'm going with my thought process on this dress, okay? Definitely interested to see what suggestions you guys come up with. Okay, so one of the other things, move that up a little closer. One of the other things that I want to do, I love a graphic tee. Like I love t-shirts, but I don't normally wear them because I typically wear my t-shirts cropped, and not all of them are cropped the way that I would like them to be. So I do need to go ahead and crop them. But one of the things that I'm also looking to do is begin to offer a service where people can send me their t-shirts for me to do like a little upcycle deal with them as well. So I want to actually do them a little bit more, because one of the things that I have done in the past is go ahead and upcycle these shirts and add like some fabric in the sleeve area. And so I would really like to do that with a couple more t-shirts so that people could see what they are getting. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back like I never left. So I do want to go ahead and do some more of those upcycles to my t-shirts because that's how I want to wear them. They're fantastic scrap busters and they really elevate my t-shirt game. So I'm going to do that to a couple more of my t-shirts so that way people can kind of see for as an example of something that they could send to me and have upcycled as well. But now let's talk about the fabrics that I've chosen for these projects before we wrap this fun time up. Okay, so we already saw these two, which are my fixes on my bias cut dresses. So we're going to just toss that over there. For my vest, I've been wanting to do the vest out of some denim. So this is the denim that I'm choosing. I have also done a shirt in this denim where I used the backside as my main fabric. And so I think I might just keep it as this. We'll see. We shall see. I would really like to make my vest reversible. We'll also see if I will do that. As far as the pattern that I plan on using for the vest, I'm not sure. I wanted to do a more fitted vest. So I'm thinking about doing the Just Patterns Veronica vest, especially because she did come out with the hack where it's like an asymmetrical situation. We'll see. As far as I know for the front zip pants, we've got this fabric here. It is like a rayon and it's got a lot of drape, Very nice, very beautiful. I feel like it'll be perfect for those pants that I have in mind. We're hoping that it is enough fabric because I don't remember how much of that I ordered, but it is 60-inch wide fabric, giving me a lot more flexibility with fabric. Now, I know I didn't say this, that I plan on making this in my original, like this is what I plan on making, but I wanted to do another, like some more like knit pants. So I'm going to use this here fabric. I got this from Fine Fabrics, local to Atlanta. I'm going to use this to make the Winnie pants from Made for Mermaids, but I'm not going to do the pin tuck. So I'm going to do just a basic Winnie pant out of this. It's a nice wide leg pant because obviously I love wide leg pants. So that's who I am as a person. For my cardigan, I plan on using this French terry. This is from Amanda's Bundles. And now this is like a cotton-based French terry, so it's got not a lot of stretch, like barely any stretch, which is the reason why I do think it'll be perfect for the cardigan that I plan on using it for, because it doesn't really need a lot of stretch, and I do plan on doing like a bishop sleeve. For my rugby, I do plan on using this, giving a wide stripe, so it's giving us the rugby feel that we need, and I plan on, and this is from Amanda's Bundles as well. Then this is the stripe fabric that I don't know if I have enough for. Let's actually open this up and see. But this is like such a fantastic stripe, right? Goodness, it's so good. So it looks like I've got probably close to 1.5 yards, maybe 1.25 yards of this. But this is also a 60-inch fabric, so we might be able to get it together. You know what I mean? And then for the Whitlam skirt, we have this green fabric. This is just a basic cotton lycra. I got this from fashionfabrics.com. And I know that I will have plenty of that left over, so I'll be able to even probably make like a matching shirt if I desire to do so for that. One of the things that I did say was my stretch goal is that bubble skirt. Have not picked out fabric for it. So we'll see if we can make that happen. Now, one of the things that has been on my to-do list for a very long time with this fabric in particular is making the Jessie tee from True Bias. And it's just your basic oversized cropped shirt. And I have 2 cuts of this fabric, and they're each like about a yard long. And so I have 2 cuts. So I do feel like I should be able to get out exactly what I need from that Jessie fabric out of both of these just together. So I'm going to work on that as well. The Jessie tee is also really fast. It's a freebie that's on the True Bias website, but I love the crop on that. I feel like it is really easy, really fantastic. Because I don't have that fabric picked out for the bubble skirt, I don't know if it's going to happen, y'all. I'm really nervous because I haven't made it before and I don't know what fabric I would love it in. Like, I just got in all those ginghams, but I'm also like, if I use this to make it in the gingham, what if I hate it? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm going to have to marinate a little bit longer on this bubble skirt situation. But yeah, that's it for today. I feel really good about my decisions. I feel like I have a strong plan in place. I am going to record again on either Friday or Saturday and hopefully be able to show you guys some finished pieces. With that, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, make sure that you have subscribed. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on my makes. Let me know what you guys are planning to make this week as well. And make sure that you're staying connected with me. I am active, of course, on social media, Instagram, TikTok, for as long as we have TikTok, right? I'm not as active on Facebook, so I don't want to lie to y'all and be like, yeah, reach out to me via Facebook, because I never see those things. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, I hope that you all have liked and subscribed to this. Also, feel free to subscribe to my newsletter. This week, I will be dropping to my paid subscribers an e-zine that details how to read patterns. Now, for some of you, that might be like very elementary, but I create content not just for advanced sewists, but for also beginner sewists who are looking to break into the hobby or into the trade itself. With that, I bid you adieu. Happy sewing.